something that plagues a lot of people in our society, and really probably since the beginning of time, or at least since we've had such comfortable societies, is the reluctance to accept growing up. Right? Why is that even a thing to begin with? If you ask me, it's because we do not understand the potential of progress. We do not understand the way it feels to have progress in something, to find a meaningful pursuit and work along it. We don't see that. We don't even know who we are, let alone what path we want to persist on. So when it comes to finding that path, we struggle. We find all the reasons not to get started. We are immature in ways. We find reasons to stay in the past, to focus on things that are unimportant, things that do not serve us, things that keep us seated in pain of inaction. Why is that? Again, we do not understand the possible realities that are out there for us. We do not see the progress by which we can have a different life. We don't know how good that progress can feel. Now, we've all felt progress in something before, and we all know that progress motivates us in certain ways. But maybe it's been too long for us that we've felt progress in a meaningful area of our life, in an area of our life that actually makes a difference for us. All right? My daughter's in here, so if you hear her, don't mind. I had to get this out. I see it in the ways I used to be. Before I realized how much I could do, I was very immature in a lot of ways. I did not accept the reality. I did not accept the potential for where I could be and where I could go. And so this caused me to be immature. It caused me to be not exactly persistent in my pursuit. All right, don't do that. Let's not make that noise like that. Let's not hear. You can do it in a minute. Just draw on your paper. So, and it's clear as day once you get out of it. You talk to people, you see people, especially old friends, and they are very immature in certain ways compared to where you've grown into, right? And you can't help but wonder, what stopped them from developing in certain ways that you have or that other people have? Why are they still stuck in the past? It's simply because they don't understand that progress is the reason for us being alive. It is one of the most worthwhile pursuits we can have. Hey, stop. Don't draw on yourself. No. That is why we're here. To progress and to follow down the path of which we came to exist. But we don't realize that. We identify with pain. We allow the pain of the moment to stop us from making changes and living more of a life of our choosing. Simply because we're immature in our conceptualization of what we're meant to do. All right, you done? What we're meant to do in this life. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. What we're meant to do in this life, it's not just an easy thing, something you just figure out in one day. I'm sorry if I make it seem like that at times. There's days I wake up and I struggle to find that idea. But it's the willingness to go with it and try and find something that actually gets you on that path, that allows you to see that this next step forward is where you're supposed to go. That you are living in congruence with your higher self, with who you want to be, and the life you want to live, in some way, shape, or form. Now, there is a zipper on there. If you take time to do this, and you look at everything and it's like, good God, nothing makes sense. I am out of alignment in every area of my life. That's okay. It's okay to be there. Be grateful that you can actually see that and move forward accordingly. Don't avoid it any further. You see, it's those moments that we identify the problem that we have the choice to connect with it or avoid it and disconnect from it. Those are the defining moments of our life. And it's always up to us to make these decisions and be where we're going to be and choose to be how we're going to be. But the farther and farther we get along that path of avoidance, the harder it becomes to face it. Until you face an extreme event, the manifestation of avoiding. Those are oftentimes what allow people to shift into the perspective that says, hey, I need to fix this. But even then, you can avoid it. Even then, you can say, well, you can just forget to think about anything and go along with what your ego or your lower self desires and continue down a path of avoidance. God, why on God's green earth? Why in the universe would you do that? Well, simply not thinking it through. Simply being too much about yourself. Allowing your lower self, your emotional states to control you. Being immature. There's a lot of grown people out there that are immature in certain ways. If you are a dream chaser, if you're someone who strives to be different, who strives to do more, and you go against the grain, you will find these every step of the way. They're the naysayers. They're the people who hate the most, the ones that project their own insecurities onto you. It can be family. It can be friends and loved ones. It can be anybody. You see? And you must do your best to protect your energy. If that means not listening to them, okay. If that means getting away from them altogether, do it. Your energy is important. Your life is important. Your path in pursuit of purpose is important. And you're the only one who can magnify that to yourself. Choose to be mature. Choose to see that progress, you can make progress in those things that you're not happy with. Choose to be someone who makes a difference in your life. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. It helps to look at different people who do it. It helps to look at kids. I learn something from her every day. She is yet to be, and I will do my absolute very best to keep her from being societally conditioned in the negative ways that we find. She will keep her imagination thriving all the way throughout her life until I can no longer help her, at least in a parental way. You can best believe that I will be there for her in that way. But in the case of what we're talking about, I learned from her. I learned from how she can be so imaginative and out in her own world and accepting of all and not scared. It's beautiful. But we lose that as we go through life. We lose that sense of self, right? Because what's the point of this video is talking about maturity. You must become mature, know your progress, chase progress, while keeping that inner child thriving and alive, and that sense of creativity and imagination. It's that balance and that immersion of the two that actually help you create the life that you want to have. So, you got this, guys. Keep your head in the right place. Don't let it go down the drain. Just be a man of purpose. Be a person of fulfillment, of passion, of drive, of action. And be mature enough to accept that your life is your own. And you are the captain of your fate. See you guys. Have a great day. Go crush them. Let's get it.